So VG10 Animal Mother, you'd made that video. Once again a great video, and you covered a lot of ground. And so, if there's stuff that I miss in there, forgive me. I I I've kind of settled that. I've kind of settled on that Smith and Wesson 642, that 38. I think that's kind of the ideal. And yeah, I'll probably at some point in the future get that Smith and Wesson Model 43C, the 22 version. I just think that's smart to have something that I can shoot the ever loving dog shit out of and get really good with. And I don't know. Like I say, I shoot every week or two. I'm burning up 22 ammunition, whether it's on the trail or at the range or whatever. I like shooting, so 22 affords me that. And the 10 millimeter, like I said, I'm looking. I'm not ready for that yet, but it'll probably be a Springfield Ronin 1911. I know a lot of people don't like Springfield, and I get that. But I mean, I also, in terms of 22 pistols, I have a Ruger Mark IV, and Ruger's done some pretty shitty things when it comes to firearms too. So I mean, is what it is. And you'd mentioned kind of the cap and ball stuff, and I'll be honest, I've thought, and I don't have the page open in front of me right now, so I can't tell you which one it is for sure. But there was a Dixie Gunworks had one of their pistol kits, and the only reason I'm looking at this is because Lyman is no longer made by Lyman. When they shut down like 5-6 years ago. Now they're made by Invest Arms, and apparently they've got some quality control issues. So you're better off maybe just to get another brand and get a kit. But it's also a single shot cap lock. My only reason for looking at that is the fact that it's easy to clean, and I think it would be better for hunting. And before you say like you could use a revolver for hunting, my state doesn't allow revolvers for handgun hunting. And yeah, there's the who cares, but Fish and Game is a lot of pretty good dudes work there, but if you go up against Fish and Game, you're going to lose that fight. You mentioned the intermediate carbine, the intermediate caliber thing, and I've grappled with this for a long time. I mean, I've got a 30-30. That's probably not really an intermediate caliber. I thought maybe like having like a 10 mil carbine would fill that role, but the more and more I look at it, the more I'm saying my local gun shop will get used AR-15s in sometimes, and you can usually scoop them for like $500, which is probably what I would pay for a PSA, except I probably get a little better quality. Now down the road, I would do some work to it, probably change out the barrel. I think that, like I say, that 20-inch barrel in 223 Wild chambering, I think would be the ticket. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm also kind of leaning towards the flip up sights with a red dot. What that red dot would be, I really don't know. Maybe it would be a Bushnell TRX 25. Maybe it would be some kind of hollow sun. I really don't know. I'm not there yet. Not semi thinking about it. I'm not there yet. As far as the rifle thing goes, I mean, I'm pretty well set up for bolt action rifles. Yeah, we like very different calibers. But I don't say that 308 or 30-06 is bad caliber. I shot 308 religiously for many years hunting. I like a lot of those smaller, faster, flatter shooting calibers. I find that the speed does better terminally, especially when you're hunting antelope, mule deer, things like that. And I also like the fact that when I fire the shot, I don't like big recoil. I'm not super recoil sensitive, but one of the issues that I have with the recoil is the fact that if you're shooting, say, a 30-06, you get that little bit of muzzle flip. When you get that little bit of muzzle flip, that scope goes up too, and you don't see what happened. Whereas, I'll use, for instance, when I shoot my 25-06, when that trigger breaks, I see what's happening in that scope. And that's worth something to me. I don't know. Maybe that's bullshit. Maybe that's like a bullshit thing, but for me, I like it. If I was going to if I was going to use something that had the recoil of a lot of your 30 caliber rounds, I would probably step up. And in that realm, I've shot 338 Win Mag, and I actually really like it. Same thing with 300 Win Mag. I really like that caliber too. You mentioned, like snake defense. We've got some snakes here. They're actually more prevalent now because we've had a dry couple of years. Mostly pygmy rattlesnakes, but there's some prairie wind rattlesnakes too. But yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, you mentioned music in the videos. Music in the videos, mixed bag for me. I like some of it. Some of it I'm kind of indifferent to. When you play the Jeremiah Johnson thing, that kind of takes me back a little bit, because one of my favorite movies when I was a kid was Jeremiah Johnson. The other was Death Hunt. I actually liked them both, and would I almost felt like they were kind of interchangeable, even though they're not. But I don't know. They're just two movies I really liked when I was a kid. And like when you were playing, like, Grassroots and stuff like that, and when I was a kid, there was an AM radio station that played oldies, and I remember I used to listen to a lot of their music and some others. So yeah, like I say, I don't have strong feelings either way. There's some that I really like and some I'm indifferent to. That's not a dig on it. Just that's my honest thoughts. I think that covers everything. If it doesn't, leave me a comment, make me a video, whatever. But with that, everyone take care.